want us to feel stupid. That's how they want us to be. Hey, 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 hey.
Well, welcome to another fascinating edition of the program, The Talking Point, here on BLZE FM 90.7. With me, Anthony Phillips. I'm alongside Achi Sebo Yene, and together we're going to be here up until 10:30 this evening, giving you that's the very best your radio has to offer, most especially as it relates to the program, The Talking Point. Tonight, we are here again with another fascinating discussion, and we will be looking at some issues, if not an issue, of national concern. Well, let me start up with Achi. Achi, how is it and how was the weekend with you?
Well, so let me say good evening, Tony, and good evening to our many listeners.
Yeah.
The weekend was actually great. We must give God the glory that we are counted among the living. It's something that many people were wishing for but did not have the opportunity to see.
Okay.
So we spent the weekend great, and we are here today on our national duty, where we have come again to serve the people of Liberia. So it's good to be here.
Okay. So that's the voice of Achi Sebo Yene, and together we are looking at something very interesting tonight, and we will also give you the chance and opportunity, those of you listening, for your contribution on this program tonight. This is exactly what we're looking at. A permanent citizen and also human rights lawyer. People consider him to be a human rights lawyer. People call him a permanent citizen as well as a politician.
Mhm.
The standard bearer or the political leader of the Liberian People's Party, the LPP. Well, we'll be looking at something very interesting from him, and he's speaking from a point of reconciliation, and I truly believe, Achi, that if what he say, the president of Liberia, Mr. Boakai, can listen to him, I think we'll have a much peaceful Liberia than we are experiencing right now. On a serious note, with the issue of protestation, police presence at a particular party headquarters, and a lot will improve than what it is right now.
Yeah.
So this is what we are looking at. According to Councillor Tiewon Se Gonglo, the political leader of the Liberian People's Party, the LPP, he said, ignoring Weah, that's former President Weah, ignoring Weah will be a missed opportunity for national healing. I guess he's referring to the current administration headed by Joseph Yuma Boakai.
Sure.
Councillor Tiewon Gonklo is saying that ignoring former President George Weah will be a missed opportunity for national healing. Why he said that, I think we got to go through it. We need to go through it. So I'm going to read certain portion of it. Achi will read another portion of it, and together we will actually, present to you this program. We're going to go deep into this topic. We're going to lay the basis for discussion, and later on, after we have weighed in on it, we'll activate the phone lines for your contribution. All right. So welcome again. But let's take this short break. When we come back, we're going to get the ball rolling here on BLZE Radio.
So they want us to think stupid. So they want us to feel stupid. So they want us to be.
Okay, welcome back, folks. It is right here on BLZE FM and the program, The Talking Point. We will activate the phone lines later on. We want you to listen to us and see what or hear what we have to say. So let's begin the program. It says here, Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, the political leader of the Liberian People Party, that's the Liberian People's Party, has attributed political tensions in the country to President Joseph Boakai's failure to build a relationship with former President George Weah. I'll read that again. Councillor Tiawon Gonglo, the political leader of the Liberian People's Party, has attributed political tension, that is, I beg your pardon, that's political tension in the country to President Joseph Boakai's failure to build a relationship with former President George Weah. Councillor Gonglo, whose political party John ranks with Boakai's ruling Unity Party during the runoff election, said the president's failure to develop a friendly posture with former President George Weah is a missed opportunity for national unity. Okay, so we'll go further before Archie can come in. In the aftermath of such a close and contentious election, it is vital that our leaders engage in dialogue and reconciliation to reduce political tensions, Gonglo said during a press conference that's early September in Monrovia. According to Gonglo, by distancing himself from the former president, Boakai is missing an opportunity to heal the divisions in our nation. The attempt by the Boakai administration to disgrace and shame former President George Weah is a serious misstep. The former president of the Liberia, that's the former president. Let me take it over again because I did an oversight. So it says the attempt by the Boakai's administration to disgrace and shame former President George Weah is a misstep. The former president of the Liberia National Bar Association added. Actually, you can read from the other end there, then we conclude before going into the discussion.
And it continues here. He says, to deny Weah the use of a presidential or VIP lodge is an unnecessary attempt to introduce a superficial topic in our nation discourse. He noted that entering a presidential lodge or event, sitting in a presidential chair does not make one a president. Otherwise, the janitor that cleans the president's office every day will be president. He added, the reaction of the government is childish, to say the least.
Yeah.
It is a sensational issue that has no positive value in our collective effort to build a better Liberia. Gonglo noted nobody can succeed in taking the place that we are occupied in the history of Liberia.
Okay, so let me amplify that. He said, Gonglo noted that nobody can succeed in taking the place that we are occupiers in the history of Liberia. He was the first Liberian player to put Liberia on the map, that's on the football map of the world. He is loved by a large percentage of the people of Liberia. Yes, it was not advisable for him to enter politics, Gonglo stressed of Weah's political venture, adding, it misplaced him in Liberian history, but as a professional player, he understands the rules of any game, including the political game of election.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gonglo maintained that Weah graciously accepted defeat, which signaled him as a man of peace. Gonglo added, "This is a good example for the young people and all Liberian politicians to follow. Nobody should support any effort by the UP-led government to disrespect, disgrace, or shame former President Weah in any way, form, shape, or manner." Let's leave it right here and go into it. Let me begin with you.
Yeah, so Tony, it's actually a pleasure that we have read this, right? Uh Councillor Gonglo has said it all, and I think these have been issues that we have discussed times without numbers. We cannot continue to run government based on partisanships. We cannot run government based on how we see it. If you did not support me, that means I cannot empower you. If you were my rival in the political season, that means you are an enemy. So I think things should not be run that way. Elections is about competition, and to every given competition, there must be a winner. So, in as much that you are a winner, you need to bring all hands on decks, ensuring that the betterment of the country is being put first, making sure that everyone bring together collective ideas. Because now in Liberia, looking at the political trend, you always find that two parties will always go to the runoff election. And so the reason is that when the two political parties have gone to the runoff election, you will have other parties coming out to form a collaborations, forming coalitions, so that while they are doing that because the party they feel they are supporting, their agenda aligned with their political party's agenda. So based upon that, they go together and support like Councillor Gonglo, who is speaking, for example. His political party, the LPP, went into a collaboration then with the Unity Party, knowing that his agenda was in the pathway of the Unity Party. So he felt they were all preaching the same. So for the fact that he never had the opportunity to win or maybe come up in the runoff election, he needed to have supported the Unity Party over the CDC, and that's what he did. So now, it does not necessarily mean that, the CDC was not a good political party. No. It does not necessarily mean that former President Weah was not a good person. No. But for the rules of the game, that there must be a winner, that's why they choose who they're supposed to support. And they supported the person, and President Bouaka having to be the president of this nation. In fact, he is the president of the former president. He is the president of every Liberian. Therefore, adding to the cause of Councillor Gonglo, I think the president needs to understand that after election, there is reconciliation. After election, there is reconciliation. Why are we reconciling? We are reconciling to mount the wounds that were created during the election period. So elections are gone. We cannot still live as though today is still election. The president is the former president. George Weah is the former president of Liberia. He needs to be respected, like Councillor Gonglo said. With all due respect, he needs to be given the courtesy as a former leader. And I want to believe during the turn of President Weah in power as president of Liberia, the same respect was being paid. The courtesy was being given to the former vice president, now president, when he was a state man, when he was being a former vice president. He was accorded that due respect. And so every leader, every former officials, despite being your rival, you need to pay that courtesy. So, for example, Madam Eddie Johnson Sirleaf, who we have succeeded, she still, I think everyone still hold her in high esteem. I don't think the Unity Party led government can disrespect Madam Sirleaf, no. So, Councillor Gonglo did mention about the executive lodge.
Yeah.
You understand? So,
At the airport.
yeah, using the executive lodge does not mean that we are as a president. No. So, and that's why I love the scenario he used. So, if you feel that somebody sitting in your chair makes the president, that means the janitor that cleans the office. The janitor that cleans the president's office on a daily basis will be the president.
You know, he also stressed something that is very important to also look at is
the issue of peace.
Peace.
You know, besides Councillor Gonglo saying this, for me to be very real on this platform,
yeah,
this is one thing that gained my admiration for President Weah, the former President Weah.
Yeah.
During the election, and I'll be critically clear, I did not support the CDC, neither the Unity Party, right?
Yeah.
But for the fact that, like Councillor Gonglo rightly put it, former President Weah understands the rules of the game. You know, when you play the 90-minute football, in as much as the whistle has been blown, automatically the game is over. So anybody who wins becomes the winner.
It doesn't matter how the person win the game or not. For the fact that the referee blows his whistle and say the game is over, definitely. And besides, football goes with discipline.
Discipline, restriction.
Okay, so you know, for the fact that this president took upon his time and said, okay, I accept the result. That alone supposed to ring a bell in the ears of President Joseph Yuma Boakai that this man, I can use this same man to reconcile this country.
The people of Liberia.
I can use this same person. Hey, when Liberians are united, when this country is reconciled, right? Will anybody say it was during George Weah administration the country was reconciled? No. It is the administration of President Joseph Yuma Boakai that reconciled this country.
And Tony.
And I come here, Achi. During the regime of former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, what did she do? She appointed President Weah, former President Weah, as the peace ambassador. And in fact, I stand to be corrected here tonight.
At the level of even the UN,
yeah,
he was being.
A budget of $5 million was allocated, and headed by former President George Weah, to see how best reconciliation and other peace tournament can be held in this country to reconcile the people. Now, let me say another thing. Joseph Boakai administration is so easy, and in fact, the public could gain more admiration from people if only he had agreed or he will agree to work with former President George Weah. You know why? Like Councillor Gonglo said, many Liberians love Mr. Weah. They follow him. They listen to him. So by working with this former president, it doesn't mean the man will take it from the presidency at all.
No.
He will have to wait until 2029. Now, working out, you say people should think, love, and build Liberia. Why now, Mr. President? And if Councillor Gonglo tells you that you should befriend former President George Weah, it doesn't mean you have to appoint him, you have to give him higher government position. Otherwise, Tony, you can use his influence. You can use his look. Imagine at the CDC headquarters when that saga took place.
Yeah.
Who did the people listen to?
That was weird.
It was the voice of former President George Weah. And in fact, as we speak currently, if former President George Weah just called for a protest, people don't want to know what the protest is all about, but people will come out in their numbers. A lot of people will come out in their numbers to protest. Okay? People will come out in their number, and people will not even ask questions as to why are we protesting for, or who organized the protest, or why is this protest being organized. People will just come out and just get on the street. So if President Joseph Yuma Boakai can befriend former President George Weah and say, I think I can use the man to reconcile this country. I think this man is the rightful person that I can bring closer to me as a peace ambassador. In fact, two of all, we are people of peace. Our President Joseph Boakai, I'm a man of peace. And so I also believe in former President George Weah as a man of peace. Now, let me tell you, during the administration of former U.S. President Barack Obama, when the earthquake took place in Haiti, you know what he did? When they were doing the fundraising program, people were raising funds to send to Haiti. What did former President Barack Obama did? He invited former President George W. Bush and former President Bill Clinton, and made the two former presidents to spearhead the fundraising program, and the money was being allocated, and the money was sent to Haiti to help people that were affected by the earthquake. That's what we call unity.
The thing is not about who government it happens in or what.
No.
It's about the interest. It's about the interest of the Liberian people.
Yeah.
So looking at the trends of politics in Africa, right?
Yeah.
African leaders who do not want to leave from power, and looking at the percentage of vote that took Weah from power, Weah would have said, "Look, man, I think I can protest this result. Look, man, I think I'm the president. In fact, I can use XYZ authority, to manipulate the system." But like we said, for the sake of my man, in Liberia, and in fact in Africa as a whole, to look at seated president and incumbent leaving power with just something around 15 or less than 15,000 votes in the whole country. Look, it don't necessarily happen just like that. That's why you see in other countries, in our neighboring African countries today, there are coups that are taking over. There are military people taking over, hijacking powers. So Weah would have said, look, if Weah would have listened to people like Kujis and other people, because those are people who had it in mind that, look, they were not accepting results, and they were even mad at the former president for early defeat, for conceiving defeat. Do you know that the former president considered defeat at the time NEC has not pronounced 100% result across the country?
Most definitely. And something else I want to remind you about, Archie. Former President George Weah, we are not speaking as people who are against President Joseph Yuma Boakai. We are not against President Joseph Yuma Boakai.
Would that in no way be?
And there is no one that can take that from us, that President Joseph Yuma Boakai is not our president. There is no way you can carry that argument and stand. All right? But what I'm telling you is that to tell you that President Joseph Yuma Boakai need to work with former President George Weah, a lot of reasons people will want to agree. Because look at former President George Weah administration and see what happened in this place. And he did not take any action. He did not. In fact, people always say that George Weah don't love Liberian people, blah, 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 blah. You think if he never loved the people of Liberia, he would have accepted the result the way it was?
That because he had the country at heart. That because he knows that Liberia is bigger than everybody.
Yeah.
But because he knows that Liberia is supreme than him, than the political party, then what he's going to benefit. In fact, after all, who are you going to rule? It's the Liberian people.
It's the same people. Okay? So another thing again people should look at is the issue when George Weah became president. He came into the presidency and met a lot of people in government. Most of them, they were being employed or brought on board by the then former Unity Party administration. What the former President George Weah did, he did not, dance as according to people. He did not dance as anyone. He didn't lay off anybody. But instead, he said, but instead of this, instead of laying the people off, instead of putting them down, they will not be able to carry food to their families, to send their kids to school. What I would do, if Archie is making 500 United States dollars and I want to bring Anthony on board, I think I will have to talk to Archie, or I have to harmonize Archie pay in order for Archie to keep working and keep carrying something home to his family. I will now pay Archie $300 and give the $200 to Anthony that I'm bringing on board. Because I would have told Archie to leave and Anthony go there and call that space and take home the $500. But instead, I'll also keep Archie, and Archie will make $300 and Anthony will make $200. The issue of harmonization, people took it here.
As issue.
Right? Now that the Bouaka administration is in power, you know the story. How many presidents? More than 40,000 people have been laid off. Whether you're from the United Party, you're from the CDC, you're from where or whatsoever, they point here to lay off people. In fact, as we speak currently, there are rumors. It is alleged that over 6,000 civil servants may likely not take their August and September pay because of suspension. Because they have been suspended. These things are happening. They are making the country more better than it should be. In fact, people expected that they are going to be rescued, or they were going to be rescued upon the ascendancy of President Joseph Yuma Bouaka. But instead of being rescued, they are being downsized, they are being manhandled, and things are not going the way they should be as a Liberian expected. Well, finally, before I come to you, the next issue has to do with the June 7 protests, my brother. June 7 protests in this country, one of the most talked about protests that ever took place in this nation. More than 200,000 persons were on the street. What did Mr. Weah do? He went, in fact, told the police to handle the people who care. We were made to understand that is an alleged allegation. We did not manage to get any proof of it, but that people were ready to share blood in this country. So in case Mr. Weah said no, he did not accept the result, or he was not going to accept the result, people were ready in his place. People were ready to kill innocent people, most especially those who voted for the CDC, which is bad. So looking at all of that, I expected President Joseph Yuma Bouaka to say, okay, I think there is a need with everything that took place, with all that have passed, come and gone. I think there is a need, firstly, as an individual, as a former president, and myself, let us reconcile our differences if they have one, and then come together as one people and reconcile this. This nation is divided, bro.
Oh yeah.
And looking
It's
at
divided based on political line.
looking at
Based on political line.
an iconic man a political or integrity icon in person of Mr. or Councillor Tewan Gonglo, telling Liberian people that Joseph Yuma Boakai not befriending former President George Weah is a missed opportunity to unite this country. You think that man is crazy?
No, he knows what you're talking about. So, Tony, the issue here is that I want people to understand all this way. Liberia is above everybody, and so to keep the peace and to maintain this peace in this country, we need unity. Today is Boaka's administration. Tomorrow, it may be another person's administration, and I think they will need the expertise of the former president Boaka then. But then he will be a former president. I think they will need him as an advisor. They will need him to some extent because for the fact that the person have served in that particular space you are coming in, it should create that feelings that indeed this person remain a leader of the country, and I think we all should treat each other with respect and dignity to provide the corridor for peace. Because mind you, what the supporters of those politicians do is what they see from their leaders. So if they see confrontations among their leaders, supporters will automatically be against one another. Supporters will automatically be disenchanted with each other at every time they meet because they will not be on the same political line to agree with one another. Today, we are enjoying peace, and we can only hold the peace if we put aside the political jackets and wear the interests of Liberia as a nation, as one people. So, my call to the Unity Party-led government that is being headed by the President, His Excellency Joseph Yuma Boakai, is that forget about how many persons contested in the election. Forget about what thoughts people gave you in the election. Forget about who fought you in the election. Now that you have won, it's Liberia that have won. And you need all hands on decks. Let everybody be respected as citizens of Liberia. Like the councilor said, the former president George Weah remains a former leader of this nation. He deserves all necessary
and nobody
respect.
Can change that.
Nobody can change that. He deserves all necessary respect. Using VIP law does not make him president. Going into the gallery that president is and being respected does not make him a president. In no way it will happen. So like he said, if the person that cleans your office sits in your chair, it does not make he or she a president, because automatically, anytime the person go to clean that chair, they will always admire that chair and they will always sit there. They always, for the fact that they are cleaning that office as a janitor. So that's a very good scenario, he said.
Okay, so we're going to take some calls now. We're about to go to the line. Before going there, let me just inform you that tonight we are giving out $5,000 Liberian to winners. After the program, I will be calling my winners tonight in road, because normally that's what I love to do. So all you need to do is to just dial *799 *9#, select all 1 for 70 cents or 2 for $100 Liberian, and you stand a chance of winning $5,000 Liberian tonight. $5,000 Liberian tonight is what we are paying those who are listening. And if you're listening, you need to just have some money on your mobile money account. After having money on your mobile money account, you dial *799 *9#. You see 2 options. The option number 1 says 70 cents USD to play, and option number 2 says $100 Liberian to play. So the choice is yours to choose the option that suits your mobile money account. 5,000 is what we are giving. I will begin distributing the 5,000 or calling winners who win 5,000 each at 10:30. So while we are doing the talking, you can be there doing the playing, putting in your bets, and after the talking, I just begin to call winners. So you have the chance now to dial *799*9# and put forth your bet. Don't mind us talking, oh. Forget about our talking. You can listen and you can also be placing your bets.
Sure.
So the code is *799*9#. You select option number 1 for 70 cents USD or option number 2 for 100 Liberian dollars. After the talking point, after this program, I will still be here at 10:30, and that's when I'll be calling the callers. The people who play and win. I'll be calling them to congratulate them for their money. All right, 5,000 is what we're giving out tonight. Today is Monday. Tomorrow Tuesday. Who know what 5,000 could do for you on a Tuesday? So the code is *799*9#. Follow the instruction there, and you will stand a chance to win 5,000 Liberian dollars on the program tonight. So we're about to take some calls now. 0777 907 907 0777 907 907 and 0776 997221 0776 997221 and 0886 126 792 0886 126 792 0886 126 792 and 0777 907 907. These are the numbers to call on the program tonight and be live on the talking point. If you do agree with Councillor Tiawon Gonglo's assertion that the President Joseph Yuma Boakai is not proceeding the right way by not, by ignoring Weah. He says ignoring former President George Weah will be a missed opportunity for national healing. That's what Councillor Tiawon Gonglo is saying. Do you agree with him? So let's go to the line and talk to this first caller here on this orange line. Hello. Hello, welcome. What's your name and where you call from?
I'm Morris calling on a VR drive from Lady.
Okay, Morris, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, the thing that Conglo said, for me, I think it will be something serious, and there's two things talking to President Joseph Juma Boakai.
All right. So you agree with Councillor Gonglo?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much. This caller. Hello. Hello, welcome. What's your name and where you call from?
I'm Tesla Nelson. I'm calling from Honeybee community.
And where is that community located?
Where community Power Mission.
Where is Bagway Mission, my man?
Power Mission is up after 0 that is the Honeybee now. I'm security personnel.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, my man, you see, in the country, we have to learn to respect the former president.
Okay.
At least the current president now should know the importance of the president. Now, if anything happens, you should know.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's talk to this person. Hello. Hello, welcome. You are live on BLZE FM. What is your name and where have you called from?
My name is Maurice Kamara, calling from Bienfeno.
Okay. Bienfeno, is it Bensonville?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feno.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
Well, I want to tell the president of Liberia for him to reconcile with George Manuel Weah, because George Manuel Weah is the one that made it put him there, because George Manuel Weah is not. They all wanted the result and they are going to accept it. So why would the tell Joseph Baga let him go back to George Weah and reconcile? Because even that left that even they were going to be Eddie Johnson said it, but now he dead and gone. Joseph Baga, George Weah all help to fly in from here abroad. So he should go back. and reconcile with George Weah, please.
Okay. Thank you very much. 0777907 0777907 0886126792. This caller on the Lone Star line. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What's your name and where you call from?
Good evening.
Good evening. What is your name and where you call from?
All right. I'm Lawrence CB calling you from the rehab community.
Let's hear you, Lawrence. I guess you're following the discussion.
Yeah, I did follow your discussion. Let me say this. Like what you guys were saying on these OP issues about putting these people down, the workers.
Mm-hmm.
What we did, thank God for you people for making it very much explicit to the common people. What we did during the journey was very good, and that's what he was to do. But harmonizing peace, because you're going to set somebody down, what you expect that person to carry to his or her family. So the best thing that we could do here is that like what you guys were saying, since this person making 600 or 500, let me bring down the person pay. Let him be taking 250, let me taking 250. For me putting the men down or to put the other men there, they will balance. And that's why we are there. But you coming now, look at up to 40,000 human beings now are down. So you want them to be protected, you came to rescue, and that's that rescue.
Okay.
That's how people rescue.
Thank you very much. This caller on the orange line. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, my brother.
Welcome. What is your name and where you call from?
The pleasure. My name is Francis Tawi S2. I'm calling from the rehab community.
Welcome, Francis.
Thank you. My input has to do with Honorable Terangongo is one of the smartest, persons to actually bring about that.
Okay.
Let me say something to the President Joseph Boakai. George Weah is a leader. It is not because he won election business or people run out little hand around him or which party. It's not why. What I want to say, let him forgo everything and reconcile. Use George Weah to reconcile. The country without George Weah, the country will never be reconciled. If right now, if you haven't hold George Weah, you hold me. Right now that I'm speaking. If you haven't hold George Weah, you hold me.
Okay.
So let him do that.
Okay.
And forget about certain Weah, because when you do it, I don't think you need peace. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. This next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What is your name and where have you called from?
My name is John Walker calling from Rafi Highway.
Welcome, Gion. Let's hear you.
Yeah. The president needs to be respected. The same way the former president respect our president, he needs to respect the former president as well.
Okay. So you think by respecting the former president, things will be okay?
Yeah.
Are you seeing anything that disrespect?
Like what the president wanted to do to the former president.
What is it? By not allowing him to use the VIP lodge at the airport, right? Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to this next caller. Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
You are live on BLZE FM. What is your name?
Yeah. Thank you, Chief. This is B. Baiga calling from Subatan Blafo.
Let's hear you, Mr. Bayoga.
Yeah. Yeah, Chief. Yeah, I just sitting right in my corner listening to your discussion, Everything I say to me, I didn't go down, I call again. I will always pray to God, let the leader them be together, but he would say everybody must be free. But by making laws, and some of for 1992, we bang the people country, we travel by the war, and now we are going for me. I want to motorcycle, but everything I get my father are happy. So the united government, the CDC, will let everybody be one. I think to everyone of us.
Okay. Thank you so much. Let's talk to this next caller. Hello, what is your name?
Yeah, I'm Emmanuel Duncan speaking from Duburo.
Okay, Mr. Duncan, let's hear you.
Yes, sir. This is what I want to speak on today.
Yeah.
Our Liberian political leaders, let me tell you one thing in our country. The people don't know politics. What they know is hatred.
How?
Hatred been from the beginning on the way they are to defend themselves.
If the person coming in power and they don't marry it, let me borrow you. We, by all means, we only read the song, we put the people there, they come with different platforms. What we don't expect is what we can see. In Liberia, been a country, because for the sake of peace, we just take all the bitterness we swallow it. Where Joseph Nimaboga, they are both of them, they are neighbors. We expect it as father and son. And I expect our president to be taking such a decision on his little son. Yesterday he was in the field. Nobody could even recognize him yesterday. People were passing on, they were giving him cheek, giving him talk. Today he's getting power now and showing his own clock. The next man come again in 2029 again with the same. How will keep on doing it? If no way to put them, let the put youth in power. Or if you have a go and lead the country.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is the Talking Point. The Talking Point is on your radio every Monday to Friday at 9 to 10:30 p.m. and it's on BLZE Radio 90.7. Let's talk to this person. Hello, welcome. What is your name?
I'm Alexander. I'm calling from VR community. Yes,
Alexander, welcome. Let's hear you. Oh, okay. Alice is off the air. Tonight we are looking at Councillor Gonglo's statement stating that ignoring WIA will be a missed opportunity for national healing. That is, he says here, Councillor Tiawonse Gonglo, the political leader of the Liberian People's Party, has attributed political tension in the country to President Joseph Boakai's failure to build a relationship with former President George Weah. Councillor Gonglo, whose political party joined ranks with Boakai's ruling Unity Party during the runoff election, said the president's failure to develop a friendly posture with former President George Weah is a missed opportunity for national unity. Do you agree with him? Let's talk to this caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. You are live on BLZE FM. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. You are live.
Yeah. Listen to your starting point.
Yeah.
The meeting are having on the country.
Yeah.
In my speaking from in Babotan community.
Okay.
So the meeting that on the country, we let the team president. But the president will get normal president, then the president say, but then they say, but what did the president do? What did the president do for the country? You change the president, or we change the president now. No platform, no good platform. So that would be doing in the country. So that thing is not good. Yeah, let us look at
Hello, you are live. Okay, that person is going. But for those of you who are listening and you are anticipating playing the radio entertainment game by placing your bets, you can go ahead. Even though we are talking, we have another program, but we are definitely going to call winners after this program at 10:30. So all you need to do is to place your bet. The code is *799*9#. Follow the instruction there. 70 cent USD or $100 Liberian to play. And tonight we're giving out $5,000 Liberian. *799*9#. Follow it and win for yourself $5,000 Liberian on the program here this evening. So we're going to take 5 more calls and I will come back to Achi, to digest this topic, come up with a conclusion, and then call it a date on the edition of the program, The Talking Point. So 0777-907-907, 0777-907-907, 0776-99-7221, 0776-99-7221, and 0886-126-792. 0886-126-792. Let's talk to this caller. Oh, I'm sorry. I can take you. Your radio volume is very loud. This caller, hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, what's your name? Welcome.
I'm calling for Rabia.
Success Johnson, let's hear you. You gotta be audible. You gotta post-train your voice.
Yeah, I said Joseph Baga need to befriend Joya, or else there will be no peace in the country because the president is our president and he will always be.
Okay.
But if he not befriend Joya, there will be no peace because Joya have a lot of fans.
Okay.
And I'm number one.
All right. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this next caller. Hello. Hello, you are live on Blaze FM. What is your name and where you call from?
I'm Emmanuel Young, calling from the ELV community.
Let's hear you, Emmanuel.
Okay, my take on this entire issue tonight is that I honestly don't like people coming on air saying whatever they just want to say when it comes to presidency in Liberia. Okay?
That's why you don't like.
I don't like people coming on air just saying anything when it comes to presidency.
And that's why I'm asking you. That is exactly what you don't like, right?
Yes, that is why I don't like.
Okay.
My point here has to do with trying to say that President Waka and President BLZE, ex-president we are, should come to reconcile. Reconcile on what? That is my question to you guys in studio and to those who listening in Radio Land.
Okay.
As far as I'm concerned here, President Waka and the ex-president don't have anything.
Former President George Weah, yeah.
Former President George Weah, why I say ex-president.
No, I know.
They don't have any conflict in common so that they will come to one conclusion and reconcile. As far as I'm concerned, there is no other threat in Liberia presently, and the country is going further. Okay, when it comes to downsizing those that was placed down the past time, as far as I'm concerned, to my knowledge, is that they were not qualified, and for that reason, they have been placed down. Okay? Whenever the table turns around, there are other people opportunity to come on. So we should not see this to be a problem. If they were qualified enough for that post, I think they would have kept them on that job. Why should we be taking things the other way every time when we get a new president? We want to keep shifting blame. I'm not a UP partisan, even to say I will be a citizen. I'm just a realist. When I see what is real and that should be said, we have to say these things. We should stop using the airway and start saying things that is not relevant. I had another caller down there that was saying another thing that is not right.
So I want to ask you. I want to ask you. Let's have the whole thing conversational. I want to ask you. So are you telling us that we are the ones using the airway saying things that is not relevant, or you talking to the callers who calling and contributing, or what?
I am talking in general,
including us that are on the radio.
Yeah, I would say so. What I'm saying that you are not saying relevant things is that there is no issue between President Bouaka and that of the ex-president George Weah, for which we will say they should come to reconcile. Reconcile on what? President Weah is not the only individual that can bring unity in Liberia. So if the current president is not calling him on board to work with him, he has his own reason.
Okay.
So why should we be saying they should reconcile?
Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you.
All right. Firstly, you say we are saying things on the radio that don't have relevance, but you call. You call and you just put forth your concern, right? So everything that is discussed on the radio is relevant, unless that's why I ask you twice. I said things that you personally as an individual that you don't like, right? So you alone, if we got about 5+ million person in Liberia, if you alone don't like one thing, what does it mean? It don't mean anything. But let me just set this straight. Actually, I will let you come in. Let me set this straight. Every time you listen to the radio, you will have to listen to these things. You will always listen to them. And it is a must that you listen to them. If you don't want to listen to them, you switch off your radio. And let me tell you something, my brother. You know, you say President Bouaka and former President George Weah, they are not in anything, as far as you're concerned. Everything is already between them. And in fact, the country is moving forward. And those who were dancers, they are not qualified. Yes, because it didn't happen to you. So over 40,000 civil servants, nobody among them is qualified. Only the people that were supporting the Unity Party when it came to power, only they qualify. Only them. You have president as we speak, even though we have not confirmed it, but you know, where you see smoke, there's a fire. Currently, as we speak, there are more than 6,000 plus civil servants that stand the chance of not even getting their August and September pay. So they too, they are not qualified. The bank owner is not qualified. How they call him, the EPA director, executive director, Winston Tappe, was never qualified. I got a lot of people on the list to call that were not qualified. That's why they put them down. How will you sit down and say such? Then you want to say you are not a UPist or you're not from CDC. Who cares where you're from? You don't do these things. In as much as we respect your view, we respect you as an individual, you do not speak for everyone. You speak for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the government mouthpiece to say that the government put all of these people down because they are not qualified? What happened to you? You want to say something, Archie?
So I think I'll use this as my closing statement. And the thing about
you really need to go sleep small.
Yeah, the thing about it, the thing about the radio is that we create the avenue for the listeners, to give their views.
We are reading something from an integrated icon, someone that got more respect, someone that even joined the Unity Party during the runoff election. Councillor Tiawan Gonglo's statement saying that it will be a misstep on the part of the current president if he do not create a relationship with the current former president who is still alive, to bring peace, to build, to bring unity in the country. So you mean he was crazy when he made a statement?
All Liberia needs now is reconciliation, is unity. That's all Liberia need now, and I think the only way we can achieve that, is to let bygone be bygone and let the sleeping dog lie. Forget about what happened during the times of election. Put all hands on deck to put forth the agenda of Liberia.
I can remember, Archie. Mm-hmm. I can remember once upon a time, former President George Weah invited the opposition, not only Unity Party, so we let it not be like the only Unity Party President Weah invited, right? He invited members of the opposition to a meeting, asking them what can they contribute to Liberia. Since President Joseph Yuma Bwaka was inaugurated, besides the day of the inauguration where you saw former President George Weah and other some top CDC officials, where have you seen this president having a program and you see former President Weah or some officials of the CDC? You guys are their opposition. You are not enemies. The opposition, like you were before, they are all Liberians.
Sure. So the thing about it is that, like I said, if we allow politics to engulf our society, and it will take away the pride of our country.
Okay.
Yes. It will frame out different to the outside world, because things that does not happen in other countries will allow that to happen in Liberia.
Okay.
Yes.
Actually, let me hold you there because we still got more call coming in. Hello?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, please lower your radio volume, ma'am, and welcome to the program.
Yeah, my name is Lucy Collie. I'm calling from the Tupo in Last Junction.
Okay. Welcome, man. Let's hear you.
Yes, I want to applaud the minister. If former President George Weah can be a peace ambassador, I will advise Joseph Yuma Bwaka to work in line with former President George Weah to bring peace into this country, because President George Weah set as peace ambassador. President Yuma Bwaka should know that he is stepping into the occupied unit. It was because of George Weah. So let him work in line with my president, George Weah, although Joseph Waka is my president. So let Joseph Waka work with George Weah to bring peace into this country.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's talk to this next person who is here. Hello, what's your name?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm James Brown.
And where you call from?
I'm calling from GSA Road.
Okay, welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion.
All right.
Yeah, what I would like to say, this country is a country of it's under the Christian principle. So as our leader, we should be thinking about how to improve our system to love one another in the country, and also to support the churches how to carry on awareness for citizens to love one another.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Let's talk to this next caller. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What is your name and where you call from?
I'm Robert Stewart calling from a 77 resident.
Okay, Robert. Let's hear you.
Yeah, you guys, thank you for the topic on the discussion. You know, some of all, it was our town voting, and then we voted for the United Party. For me, I voted for the United Party.
Okay.
Because I think there's a thing in the United Party I was interested in Mabaka, LIBERIA.
Think LIBERIA, Bill LIBERIA, and Love LIBERIA.
Love LIBERIA. So for me, I took my Love LIBERIA. But Joseph Boakai taking the presidency, and actually I'm not seeing the love that he was talking about. Actually, I'm not seeing the love. Because right now, we are in the public, we are on the streets, we listening to people saying, we hearing the frustration, the anger, the pain, all in people's heart in this country. But other people will not understand because all don't put party first, put country first. I hear other men talking people are not qualified. What do you mean people are not qualified? Because taking people from a position, replacing them with other people. So the other people is more qualified than the other people are already trying to
now, what he trying to say?
We all voted this government, but actually, things not going fine. Serious no, things not going fine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's talk to this next person quickly. Hello.
Yeah. How are you all there?
I'm fine. Welcome. What is your name and where you call from?
Well, thank you for the opportunity. First of all, my name is Abraham.
Abraham who?
And Abraham Doe.
Okay.
And I do join you from the Dubu Road Bell.
Okay, AB, let's hear you.
Okay, thank you. You know, all person is doing, he right to do all of this. I'm blaming him. I won't blame him. I'm blaming President Weah. Reason we are blaming Weah, there is a man who refuses to listen. It's a good listener, but he had to good listener, but he had to do things. The reason which I won't blame the president. George, you know, there's a parable. I'll put it. I want you please listen to me. There's a parable that says there's a man they call him Puna. I'm from a cool background. Then Puna means somebody who they can't advise. There's a man who, when you're advising, you don't listen. When you're advising, you don't listen. So I end up when you take the food down there, you will say, oh, no food there. I end up again, you will step on the poo. You will know it. You will still be trained to slip up. Then when you go and more your friend and everybody will go, oh, my man, what's going on you? I end up you become shame. So what I'm trying to say is somebody who cannot take advice always, you know, can be a fighter. So I'm simply trying to say, George Weah, you now listen to all what we're saying, all of these things. So the first question, Boakai is right, what he's doing. But let him watch. Let him watch and see. Come to me to now, if George Weah will not become president in this country. Okay. You understand it?
Yeah.
So if you know what I know, let him cooperate with George Weah. Let him try to recognize this country, reconcile this country. Thank you.
Thank you all so much. This next caller is here. The next question is here. I'll take two more calls and call it a dead. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What is your name?
Smith Tobe from Habia.
Okay, Smith Tobe calling from Habia. Welcome, Mr. Tobe.
Yeah, thank you for the topic.
Okay.
You know, President Boakai needs to understand that George Manuel Weah is a man of peace. I remember in this country when President Boakai was in opposition then, President Weah was always there for him. always President Weah will always pray for him. Imagine when he got sick, he just like President Weah used the anger on one of the interviews and start saying things that he did for Parker before, which of course you are not supposed to do it. I was against that, but sometimes when you turn against the war, you let them to see all the things that they are not supposed to see. So Joseph Parker, you should understand that this country, he are all the win the presidency, work with George Weah. That you're not George Weah will tell you say to win, but for the sake of peace, work with George Weah, any program in fact George Weah, let him not come, then the problem will be the judge. At least give invitation to him, let we see whether he will not attend your program. Then you leave it with the problem with George, say yeah, the public try making friend with the man, but the man I want to worry about everything we see. The public not doing all the people told by around him, he's taking that advice on that people. I don't work with CDC people. I do Canada on the opportunity that I want to understand. Don't bring them close to all. That what happening around Parana.
Okay. Thank you all so much. This next caller is here. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, you are live on the radio. What is your name?
Yeah, I was the second caller. I got a credit.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, brother. Oh, how do I appreciate President Weah for his well doing, you understand? So Weah is a peaceful president in the country that we all know. Honorable Baga just want to be ungrateful to President Weah, that's all.
Ungrateful in which way? Ungrateful in which way?
Okay, very good, thank you. Because President Weah placed her on him, doing his own thing, he's do the same. So he don't want to do it, so we look at it, we say, we remain calm, we remain peaceful for the sake of the Liberian people. So, that's where I stop.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me squeeze in this last caller. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. You are live on the radio. What is your name?
Mr. David calling from Tibetan Bell.
Let's hear you, sir.
You see, let me appreciate you for the topic. There's a caller that just said that there is no reason why the current president will reconcile with the past president. I think it's necessary that when you happy with some situation and other people are not happy, then look at your own bungalow. You see, so just come on the air and just make no kind of a statement.
That's how he thinks.
Those people sit down, they analyze things. They see things that are happening that are not necessary for the country. But those people know when they are interested in the man and the man are doing wrong, they don't want to come out to say this person is doing wrong. And see what Joseph Parker is doing now. He is part of the country. So all of the political leaders, gentlemen, what can we do? The country is not belonging to anyone, even though he's president right now. But the country is not belonging to anyone. So all of these guys are contesting. Gentlemen, what can we do? Let the people get their view. And I think from that point, the country can move forward.
Okay.
But now people say, why Joseph Parker reconcile? That may not get sense. That may not get sense. You only get social ability in him. That's what I just said, I think.
No, you can't say so. Anyway, thank you. You can say so, but he's entitled to his view, and we must respect that as well. But thank you all so much for your contribution. It's right here on Blaze Radio 90.7, and we are coming to the end of this program. So, like Councillor Gongo said, former President George Weah and current President Joseph Yuman Boakai, they firstly need to come together and say, yes, I was a former president, you are now the president. What can we do for this nation? If the two of them can come together first as one people, put aside whatsoever political differences they had during the 2023 election, whatsoever talk, whatsoever discussion, whatsoever names they call each other, let them put that behind them, unite as leaders. Then current President Joseph Yuman Boakai can build a special relationship with former President George Weah and see how he can kickstart the unity or the reconciliation process in this country. But I can't lie to you, there is a lot of bitterness in this nation, and Liberians are not happy. Some are not happy because of the leadership style, while others are not happy because of what happened during the 2023 elections. So to put all of these things aside and make sure that we have a better nation, the two leaders need to come together, put aside CDC, put aside Unity Party, and use President Joseph Yuma Boaka's slogan, think Liberia, love Liberia, and build Liberia. Folks, on this note, this is how I like to go home on this edition of the program, The Talking Point. I was here with Achi Sebo Yene, who is taking his rest to be back here at 3 a.m. for the program, The Wake Up Call. And I'll talk to you tomorrow with another edition of the program, The Talking Point. Until then, thanks to all those who call and those who play the listening role. My name is Anthony Phillips. Good night.